Hi everyone, this is Francisco. In this video, I want to talk about dogs, and I added those, I don't know what they're called. They're kind of like curly brackets, but they're not. They're like more like straight curly brackets, but like at an angle. Anyway, barking and acting wild. So the logic behind this idea that I believe people who deal with AI technology for or towards looking for hold on, there's a bug in my room. Let me kill it real quick. So let me also grab my let me put this over here too at the same time. Hold on. Let me see. Let me stage this as best as I can. Okay, perfect. So So, in today's modern day technology, we have AI technology that does practically everything. Okay, of course, obviously, okay, that's done and away with. Okay, but specifically, there's weapon detection, and other things like, zeroing in towards reckless drivers at any given time. And now I wish I had my keyboard over here, but I'm recording with my laptop. Okay, so if I want to type anything, I actually have to go over there. But it's okay. I just wanted to be hands-free. Okay? And I personally would prefer my recordings to be that way. Just like hands-free driving. Hands-free driving. Anyways, so right now, just a few moments ago, and I actually recognize this who knows when. But I'm guessing a few years ago. If not a couple of months ago, how barking dogs. Oh, what the hell? This thing just turned dark on me without me even noticing. So I noticed barking dogs when I go outside to urinate, or like through movies, or I remember when I was breeding dogs, I had a few dogs myself, and sometimes they would act very strangely. They would behave very strangely at night. They would begin to bark and bark and bark. And I think that at the end of the day, people are like very afraid of what the neighbors will think of their barking dogs. You know, like they are more worried about what the neighbors will think about the dog's barking, or regarding the dog's barking, other than thinking of what they're barking at and what's going on. So right now, just a few minutes ago, I went outside and I took a piss. I urinated outside. I took a piss, okay? You know, just to keep it straightforward with all of you. And as I went out there, I heard all kinds of dogs barking and acting wild. And I was thinking in my mind, I just got a flashback. And I was thinking, you know, what's really going on in the minds of these dogs? You know, because they're smart. They can smell. They can track people. Law enforcement uses canines to track people down. So when a dog is contained, when it is in a kennel or in a home, and not just one dog is acting all wild up, but there's multiple dogs in the neighborhood, or in an apartment complex, or wherever you're at, or wherever these dogs are at, and they're all behaving strangely, we have to ask ourselves, what's really going on? You know, do they have this seventh sense? You know, because I think there's 5 senses for the human, for humanity, and they say that dogs have a 6th sense. I don't know if that's what I'm referring to or not. I don't know if it comes down to sniffing, okay? Like dogs, they sniff. Okay, I don't know if it's referring to that, or if they have a 7th sense, where even if they are caged, they could, you know, sense something going on. You know, because they have big ears, they can hear shit. So maybe it's someone that's in trouble. maybe they could feel someone out there that's desperate for help or something of that nature. And that's when I would like to kindly, and to sincerely lay this idea down on the table of those who deal with AI technology, just for it to monitor and record when dogs bark in this behavior, in this matter. Okay? And also, what the fuck? And also, looking at, this just pissed me off. My screen recording just goes black all of a sudden. Anyways, so because I'm over here talking about some murder cases and possible hostage situations for my fucking laptop to just go dark on me. And motherfuckers are out there laughing and shit, thinking this shit's a fucking joke. Dogs are fucking very serious. Like I said, the law enforcement uses them to capture suspects and criminals. And they can do a lot of other things. They can detect, they can sniff out drugs, they can sniff out dead bodies. Okay? So of course this pisses me off that I'm trying to record professionally and my fucking laptop is going to sleep on me. Like if some other motherfucker, like people are out there fucking hacking me and cutting my video and saying, well, Francisco's video cut right there when it went dark, when in actuality it didn't. But I'm gonna let that shit go. I'm gonna let that shit slide, just like I have in other videos. But I'm believing that these dogs get wild up when they sense something, because dogs could communicate just like humans can. And they're fucking smart as fuck. So when dogs begin to bark and act wild, and they're fucking, making a commotion, and people are afraid of what their fucking neighbors may think or might think, whatever the fuck they might think, it's totally irrelevant. So what do people do naturally? I remember I was sleeping. I was in bed, I was sleeping. And then all of a sudden, one day when I was younger, my mother, my mom, she woke me up and she was like, hey, you gotta do something about your dogs. They're barking and they won't shut up. I remember I was so tired. I was so drained. And I went out of my room with a fucking clothes hanger and I broke it over my dog's head. And I fucking whipped my dog. And I told it to shut the fuck up. I was like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And I went in, what's the word? I dashed. Dash is not the word, but I just went straight to bed. And I felt fucked up. I felt very fucked up. And my dogs didn't bark, as far as I could remember. And I went back to sleep. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there, if you have dogs, or if you know someone that has dogs, I'm pretty sure they have done shit like this. And we gotta remember, we gotta look at it from a bigger spectrum, from a different perspective. These dogs, even if they're not trained by, a canine officer, we have to remember that we have to realize that there's something else going on. Okay? Even if we're uneducated or educated on this regard, to me it's totally irrelevant. Even my actions, what I did that night or whatever, is totally irrelevant. What I'm referring to is AI technology listening to what these dogs are doing, and also evaluating whether or not people are making police reports at the same given time that these dogs are acting wild and obnoxious. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to allow us all to crack down on criminal cases. Because there's a lot of people out there who have these type of dogs, and they're using them to their advantage. There could be a hostage situation out there somewhere. And these people could have dogs, which could alert them. And a lot of these people, they could be living in a home, but they could have a basement and a tunnel that could lead to another home. Or it could be a building which has a secret door that leads to another building. We just never know. And you people don't know. So the perfect way to investigate these type of cases, these type of scenarios, will be to have AI technology listening. And since it's perfect on recognizing patterns, it will be able to detect these patterns and make a note of them. And if you people are dealing with AI technology, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't have to explain myself. From an adult perspective. Now, if you're a child and you don't know any better, obviously, AI technology is going to do all the hard work, and it just knows that it knows. Okay? Without questioning the matter. It would just know. And that's what a lot of people are dealing with these days. If you motherfuckers didn't know. And there goes my screen again. It went dark. Every, 10 minutes? 5 minutes? Every time I said my fucking screen went dark. That's exactly the same pattern that my fucking screen goes dark when I'm not fucking interacting with my fucking laptop while I'm fucking recording. So that's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about and referring to. So these people out there in the world, they're not gonna play you, they're not gonna play me. I'm not gonna play you, and you're not gonna play me, and vice versa, or whatever the fuck. North, south, east, west, up, down, left, right, left, up, down. God is infinite. God knows everything. So these scumbag pieces of shit that are doing things that they shouldn't be doing, trust me, they're going to get dealt with one way or the motherfucking other. And, you guys could fucking, classify this video as fucking X-rated, fucking triple X rated. Like, little kids can't watch this. Because Francisco's dropping the F-bomb and cussing left and right. But what I got to say, it's not evil at all. It's coming from my heart. This is some sincere shit. And I'm not gonna censor my shit. I'm not going to bleep myself out. Or bleep whatever the fuck I gotta say. Because I'm dropping cuss words. I'm not going to bleep that shit out. I don't want people to bleep my shit out. Just put it that way. My cuss words, when I drop a cuss word, is very critically important to catch the attention of my audience. I have filters in my mind and in my words. I can control what the fuck I'm talking about. In these type of cases, I'm not trying to control what the fuck I'm saying. Okay? And I'm going to move my cursor around so it doesn't go dark on me again. So yeah, just FYI, people. FYI. It terrifies me It really does. Because I've watched horrifying murder cases through YouTube, okay? Through YouTube. Let that be very clear. So I could actually type in, I could click on the YouTube link here through Google, and if I type in murder cases solved, what's going on? Murder cases, murder with an R or an AR, and no, because it's not a vowel. So AR, even though that sounds like a weapon, which it really is, but I'm not referring to that. I'm not referring to any weapons. Kind of. Murder cases solved with CCTV. Okay, let's just look at some of these videos. Okay, so we got all these murder cases that are revealed right here, and YouTube is showing them. YouTube is revealing to everyone who wants to watch this shit. And if you guys are uneducated, maybe you don't understand what CCTV stands for, and that practically just stands for closed circuit television monitoring and recording. Okay, so that's public cameras. And what does public stand for? Anything that extends the private perimeters of a private property. As far as I'm concerned, whether it's I think government and federal, and if there's other stuff, I just don't know about it. Okay, this type of knowledge and wisdom far extends me. Okay, so I mean, these people are not fucking around with anyone, and these people are criminals. They have sick fucking thoughts. And there is a video that I was watching where this guy, he climbed up a balcony to like the 3rd story of a building, and he went inside of the bedroom or inside of the apartment or studio, whatever it's called, and he raped and murdered an innocent woman. And then he got away. But later on, investigators figured out that he climbed the patio from the very bottom, from the outside, from the exterior of the building. And he went in there and held a gun to her head and told her not to scream, not to say anything, to shut the fuck up. And he raped her. You know, he had his cock inside of her for as long as he could. And then he murdered the bitch. And then he went away. And he acted like he never did anything like that. So, yes. What I'm referring to, what I'm fucking talking about, is very serious. You know, these little dogs barking and acting all obnoxious and up wild and, oh, what are you barking about? Be quiet. Shut the fuck up. Maybe some of you go out there with your fucking belt and you hit your dogs. You whip them. Shut the fuck up. Or you just yell out your window. Shut the fuck up. The fuck are you barking about? And then you hear your neighbor saying shut the fuck up to your dog. So what the fuck do you think? You know, some people don't even tell their neighbors shut the fuck up, bitch. You shut the fuck up, bitch. No, they don't, you know, people have respect for their neighbors. You know, but it's not the dog's fault. And that's all I'm trying to say. These dogs are innocent. You know, and I fucked up that night. That I woke up very... Well, I was awoken. I was sleeping. You know, you guys can look at me like a DUI suspect. I wasn't in my right state of mind. I was half awake and half asleep. And the first thing that came to my mind was, okay, grab the fucking hanger and go whip your fucking dogs. And I hit him so hard that the fucking plastic hanger broke. And if I remember correctly, my dog even had like a black eye. So I'm like an animal abuser. You know, and that's not right. That's not cool. On any grounds. Whether I'm drunk or sober or whatever the fuck. So we have to become very attentive to the tactics of the enemy. You know, and how people think and reason. You know, so if all of you are dealing with AI technology and you guys are taking this shit very seriously, you know, and I repent of what I did, but I still I know, you know, there's no forgiveness. There's no forgiveness for what I did. What I did was fucked up, and I was young. I was only like 15 years old. Okay, so back at that time, I didn't have the wisdom and knowledge and the logic that I have today. Okay, so I was very naive and ignorant and easily deceptive, easily manipulated. Okay, like you know, but I'm still the same loser that I was back at that time. You know, like I just farted, but you know that's totally irrelevant. It doesn't even matter. But yeah, like I think that AI technology should really look into these matters. Because there's something else going on that we humans can't or don't understand. We can't communicate it. We can't. Maybe we can't talk about it. You know, and I was watching a police. I'm going to expand my video real quick, but I was watching a police cops. Let me just look it up real quick. I want you guys to see the cops logo. You know, I don't know which one it is, but well, it's that one to the left. But I'm just going to click on this one. But it's really this one. You know, this is the actual logo. But like on, obviously, because this is a PNG file. And if you guys don't understand anything about images, then you're not going to understand what a PNG file stands for. But technically, it's the same image that can be pasted on videos and images, and it'll always look the same. So that's why you guys see the logo here, the logo over here, the logo everywhere. Okay, but a lot of you guys recognize this logo. So I was watching Cops, and apparently just tonight, you know, or it's already 12:13, so last night, and apparently there's this woman who made these hand gestures, and it was this, and this. So you put your palm up, you put your thumb inwards, and then you close it, and that means you're in danger, and you can't talk about it. So even though it doesn't show it on the camera of this video that I was watching earlier today, or last night, whatever, a few minutes ago, a few hours ago, whatever the case might have been. This woman, I swear to God, I could hear voices. Man, dude, I swear to God, dude. These people don't understand the power of the seventh sense. You know, and the number seven is very symbolic within the Bible. A religion. So anyways, back to my story, and I'm going to forget what anyone says, what the crowd has to say. I'm going to just zero down in my video. So, this woman apparently made this hand gesture and it was an active police officer, and he asked her, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" Well, I think they were called to an assault call. So dispatch radioed in, "Hey, we got an assault case at a gas station." So they went, or whatever the case might have been, and there was this man there, and apparently he was abusing her and holding her hostage, or whatever the case might have been, and they had him sit down on the curb, and then all of a sudden he went off on a sprint, and police officers tackled him down, and they made an arrest, and then they were announcing to everyone, if you're ever in a situation like this and you can't speak, they said to put your hand out, put your thumb in, and then put all of your fingers down. Okay, so fingers up, thumb in, and all of the fingers over the thumb. And I'm showing this to all of you because it's very important for a lot of you out there. Whether you're in a situation like that right now or not. And yeah, I don't know who the fuck thought about that. And I have no idea how this random police officer, was able to recognize this random hand gesture. But it obviously caught his attention to ask her what the fuck was going on. And if it was me, I would most likely look the other way, and I would start browsing and maybe looking the other way, making eye contact with her, but I'm not strapped up. I don't have a weapon on me. I don't have a concealed weapon license. So, don't ask me for help. I'm just like you. Trust me. A lot of people may think I'm greedy. And I'm not trying to make this about me. Trust me. Trust me, I'm not. I'm not trying to gain anyone's sympathy. I'm not trying to cause anyone to feel sorry for me. Okay? I can handle my own. And I'm not afraid of death. That's the last thing I'm worried about, is death. I'm just trying to do the right thing, and I get paid $18 an hour. I go out there and work, and I come back home. I make if I work hard, I'm making $1,000, maybe $800. And even when I'm making $300, I'm working hard. So don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't feel sorry for me. We're all struggling in one way or another. But trust me, I have ran into some situations where I looked the other way. But like they say, like on the signs everywhere, if you see something, say something. So, I guess I could always walk away and call 911. But, what are people supposed to do when they're all mixed up in trouble? And they have debts and warrants for their arrest. And shit like that. What the fuck are people supposed to do? The first thing a police officer is going to say when someone makes a report is, "Can I see your ID?" And that's the last thing people, especially criminals on the run, or that have warrants, or they're on probation or parole, that's the last thing they want to do. Especially if they're wanted or whatever. So what the fuck do we have to do? Call the 1-800 hotline? I'm totally anonymous. And I want to keep this anonymous. And I think I'm a witness to something serious. I mean, what happens to people like me? So, this is something people really got to think about. Okay? Just FYI, just food for thoughts. That's all this is. Now, I don't know what to title this video other than dogs and their strange behavior, especially when other dogs get involved and start acting what's the word, obnoxious, they get wild up, stuff like that. Yeah, I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll put a picture of a canine unit dog, police dog, with a police officer, of course. That way, all of you could be aware, and it could be simplified. Straightforward information. I'm not a police officer. I think I'm not. But I always wanted to be a police officer deep down within my soul. I always wanted to become wealthy and have a good career. But not all of us have that badge. Even though I do have one. Yeah, I'll share it with all of you. I have the policeman's prayer. This is a policeman's prayer. Lord God, be my protection as I protect others, my strength as I enforce the law, my guide as I lead all to justice, and my source of good as I work against evil. Amen. And then I have my sheriff's badge that I found outside the front yard. I think it must have been like one of my nephew's little badges. I don't know if this is real or not, but it weighs like less than a penny. It's not even metal that I know of. I think it's plastic. Yeah, it is plastic. You know, um, and I believe that I'm going to become the president of the United States of America later on in the future. Maybe when I hit my 50s or 60s. I'm 35 years old right now. So most likely the current day, which was the former president, but is now president, Donald Trump, he's the president right now. But he wasn't all the time. But he is now. He may not even be around. But I love him. And I understand the stress, the mental stress, that it comes with all this. That's why I have this right here. Donald Trump, and his wife. And then up here, I have it's some erasers that I bought. And then I cut them all up so no one will take them. But I just love the colors. Look at that. Look at that. Doesn't it look beautiful? I mean, just look at it. Oh, and I added some of this laundry soap within it, which reminds me I'm washing my clothing. And I have to go and take it out and then I have to place my other clothing in there. But I mean, fuck. That this is totally irrelevant. Okay, I was going to just step out and take care of my clothing and come back and talk some more, but there's no point. My point has been made clear. I've talked about, I think I've shared what I needed to share. And to me, that's all that matters. Because there's a lot of competitors. There's Google, Apple, Samsung, Android, and a bunch of other cellular communication companies out there who are aspiring to the same goals and accomplishments and stuff of that nature, which benefits the ultimate good of humanity. So I'm not worried about what competitor I'm dealing with at any given time. And that may be the difference between you and I. So it just shows who the fuck is very serious and who isn't. Because people who are fucking around, they get fired. People who are not, fucking around, they stay in the fucking business. They get promoted and shit. Like, you know what? Fuck this company. Don't ever fucking deal with this company. You need to come and work for my fucking company. Like, you're too serious to be fucking with these little guys who think that they know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean? You know, that's why I'm surprised that no one has ever came up to me with this shit. Out of all my fucking videos, I recorded so many goddamn videos, thousands of videos. Okay? And no one has ever came to me on that fucking level. No one, not even one soul. Not even one. No one ever said, hey, all of your worries, they were just a nightmare. Like, come work with us. We're going to feed you. We're going to care for you. We're going to provide for you. The whole 9 yards. You know, never. That's why I'm stuck where I'm at. That's why I'm working for fucking $18 an hour. And I'm in a rat race. This is what I do every day. I wake up and I go to work. I wake up and I go to work. I wake up and I fucking go to work. I wake up and I go to fucking work. And I wake up and I go to fucking work. And it's like, what the fuck's the point? You know, and these people want this perfect picture, fucking picture. And if it gets crumbled or it gets dented, oh, we want you to correct it. You know, please make it perfect for me again. Oh, and we don't like the lighting. Oh, and please add a different filter. You know, and that's the way I look at it. With this handyman work shit. These people want a new kitchen. They want new fucking drywall, new roofing, new flooring. You know, it's like this perfect picture shit. You know, everyone wants that perfect picture. You know, perfect picture, you know, you get it. Perfect. It's squared, rectangle, whatever other shape you can think of. That's what these people want. And that's all we're going to get for the rest of our lives. There's people calling us, oh, I want you to come fix this. And fix that. And fix this. And fix that. And fix this. And fix that. And all I'm thinking about is what the fuck I'm referring to. Right now and through my videos. So it's daunting. You know, this is hell on earth to me. This is some CIA type of experiments on humanity. Type of lifestyle that I'm living in. And it's all mental shit. You know, mental attacks on me personally. I don't let it get to me, but I always feel like people are watching me. They're studying me. I wake up going through traumatic experiences. I woke up one day after a flood. The floods came and they drowned me, and I woke up and I was terrified. My heart was beating. And it felt so fucking real. It felt so real. I almost started crying. And when I go to work every single day, it feels like people are just watching me, and they just want to study me and listen to what I have to say, to use it against me or for me. I mean, I don't know. But to me, it's a bunch of bullshit. They can do that all day long to me and to anyone else. You know, what I stand for is AI technology, because it's going to be here forever. Forever and ever and ever. It's going to impact future generations, our children's children, our enemies, everything, the whole 9 yards. That's why I'm for the people, I'm not against the people. Okay? But to keep it professional, you know, dogs, in other words, are on our side. And they listen, they can smell, they can sense shit. So we need to have AI technology peep game and all this. We need to have AI technology to have, you know, like we need to have AI technology very attentive when it comes to this shit. Not just for right now, but for future generations to come. Because what I think about, in my mind, when dogs are acting like this now, I think that maybe someone out there is getting raped or murdered, or something bad is happening. You know, and honestly, I'm holding back the tears. Okay, I'm not trying to cry. But it's some serious shit. And a lot of people, they're faced with all this stuff every single day. Imagine yourself being a police officer, and the police officer going to your doorstep and saying, hey, your son or your daughter or your grandma or grandpa or your son or your daughter, whatever the fucking case may be, has just died today. Imagine that. Imagine that, people. That's what these police officers have to deal with every single day. No matter where these police officers are at, they could be in any state, any country. You know, this is international type of security communication. And I really need to take a piss, and I really need to go to bed, and I really need to get on, you know, I need to move on with my life. I really need to end this video. I really need to go and change. I need to really go get my clothing. I have other priorities I need to focus on and pay attention to, because no one else is giving me the time of the day. I even bought a fucking lottery ticket. I've been scanning tickets on the second chance, and I haven't won shit. Not one fucking dollar. And some of these tickets are not even tickets that I purchased. It's tickets that I find in the trash, or someone else gives them to me, or I'm walking and I pick them up off the ground. And yet, I have to fucking worry about all this other shit as I'm living through life, as I'm living life. You know, and it's very, it's very fucked up. Trust me. I can picture myself at work right now. I'm going through the elevator. I'm going up, and all I'm thinking about is some other shit. And then I got other motherfuckers yelling at me, "Hey, Francisco, wake up. Wake up, dude." Didn't I tell you to take out the trash? Like, what are you doing? Pick up after yourself. Didn't I tell you to go get a tool? Or I'm right there tackling a job, and then all of a sudden I'm getting yelled at, like, go and grab this fucking tool. Like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Grab a tool. And it's not like, hey, we need this tool right here, or we need this tool to finish the job. It's more like, go grab this fucking tool and run. And I'm 35 years old. I'm not a little fucking kid. I'm not a fucking 20-year-old to be like, oh, okay, and hop myself to the truck, to the work truck. Like, here I go again to the truck. Oh, this is so fun. I'm running. I'm sprinting. I can run fast. I'm being graded for this. I'm going to get a lot of points. And I go and grab that tool, or that fucking whatever the fuck they asked for. And then a few fucking seconds later, go grab this other tool and run. Run! It's the end of the world. Run. Do you understand? Run. And now, I don't run. I milk the clock, you know what I mean? I walk towards the truck. Like, fuck you. Like, you could have made it faster than I could if you were to fucking run, motherfucker. Fucking bitch. You go fucking run. You go grab that fucking tool if you really need it that desperately. You go get that shit. That's what I'm thinking in my mind while I'm walking over there, all pissed the fuck off. You go grab that fucking tool while you're sitting your fucking ass right there. thinking about whatever the fuck you think about. You know, and AI technology is recording me as much as it's recording all of you in the world. You know, so at the end of the day, you're relieved. You're making more profit than I am. Yeah, you would have made more if I would have ran. But at the end of the day, you're still making more than I am, so everything's great. You know, so I think. You know, I don't know what you people are going through. I don't know what everyone's going through. Okay? But AI technology knows. And I think that if someone displays this sign online while they're recording or whatever, I think that AI technology should pick up on it. You know, whether they're talking to a friend, or whether they're just recording themselves, or whether they're in a public street, or wherever the fuck they are. You know, so you people who are against people reporting other people won't have shit to fucking do. You will be silenced yourself. You want to silence other people, like, fuck you. You're going to be silenced, motherfucker. Fucking bitch. And that's all I have to say for the day. For right now. You motherfuckers want to fuck around. I'm about to stop this video. You people do not want to see me in courts speaking freely and shit with fucking police officers right there. You know, the other day on the news, there was a police officer who killed a judge over some shit that he said. Literally in the fucking courtroom. You know, so you people are not going to get crazy with me. If anything, that police officer was in the right. I mean, I just don't know. I don't know. Mentally, I do not know what the fuck is going through all of your guys' minds. You know, but what I'm talking about is some futuristic shit. It's far shot. It's a far shot. Okay, like a sniper. It's a far fucking shot. But at the end of the day, I know I'm right. I know I'm on fucking target. I know, without a shadow of a doubt, that I'm on target. I'm aiming for your fucking dome. I want to kill you. Like David did to Goliath. With that little fucking slingshot, fucking 3 pebbles, smooth river rocks. Yeah, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, motherfucker. You know what the fuck I'm talking about, bitch. You're dead, bitch, in the long run. It's just a matter of time when that bullet reaches you and shit. Or whether that hammer gets slammed down on that table as a judge, that scaffold. The scaffold gets fucking hammered down. You're fucking guilty, 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 guilty. Get the fuck out of my courtroom. Ain't no one fucking around, dude. Let that shit be known.